This center is full of beautiful peacocks and their meow sound. It's so cute. Can you see this peacock and this flower tree? Big flower tree. It always sits there in between 6:45 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and I wished that on the last day it should sit at the same time here so I can shoot it and capture it. It's very beautiful. It just flew off my face like it was just I think 2 meter distance, and it's very beautiful, and it was dancing in the rain with all its feathers spread out. See, it's very beautiful. The center is very beautiful, you can see. See, this is the Mahal. This is the Mahal. This is Shinyagar, where a single meditator sits in the sail and meditates. This is residential area. That area here is kitchen area where we have nashta, dinner, lunch. It's very pretty. And this is the east side. You can see a beautiful sunrise through the mountains here. It's very beautiful, cloudy weather, grey blue weather here. It's very nice. And can you see this beautiful peacock? There's so many. It's full of peacocks here, full of beautiful birds, different kinds of birds, and full of peacocks. Bye, cutie. Take care. See, it's meowing. Please meow. This is residential area, and these first two rows are old ones. First three rows are older ones. This is recent one, and this is the most recent one. And we got the most recent one, and I'm so lucky to have it. Our room number was 34. My roommate was very cooperative and understanding. This was our room. You can see it's very nice. See, we just took out the covers, and it's very breezy. Ventilation was good. This is the another bed. This is really good. And the two separate bathrooms, attached commode here. See, this is mirror. This is cute, man. This is really good. I really liked it because the room was good. Baby lizards were there, but they didn't trouble me. They were here. Just the mother came once at night time to meet them, and they never disturbed me. So it was okay. Otherwise, it's very nice and it's very breezy and very fresh. See, the fan is not clean, but it's fine. We wanted to clean, but we don't have a chair here to reach up to it. So overall, it's very nice. I'll show you the area outside. It's full of nature's beauty, trees, flowers, birds, and the grass, and peacocks. I really love peacocks. I wish I could pet them, but we don't have that huge place and farm. Can you see how beautiful it is? I saw it was a cloudy weather, rainy weather. It was raining little, and then I saw the peacock was dancing to lure its partner, female partner. Now it has climbed down. It was 4 days back. I was wearing that evil eye necklace, and that eye looked like its feather. And the same day I saw that peacock was dancing with its all feathers spread out. It was really beautiful. See how beautiful the center is. I really like this. First time I had my Vipassana here only, Dhammalay, Alate, Kolhapur. at Kanangle. It was December 2008, like almost 8 plus 10, 18 and 6, 16 years back. It was different kinds of birds. I saw at least 8 kinds of birds here, very different types and very beautiful and pretty and cute. So it's very calm, peaceful, and this fresh weather, it really calms our mind down and it helps us to focus, to go within. It helps us in anapana, because the calm mind, it's very easy to focus to do anapana. The external environment really play an important role to go within, and if it is this kind of weather, initially it freshens up our mind, it calms it down, and then we can focus on our breath, and then we can start our meditation vipassana. Meditation is not a vipassana is not a meditation technique. It's just a technique to observe the reality as it is, and mind matter interaction with equanimity, and it's beautiful technique. I didn't get feathers this time because it's not a winter season. Last time it was a winter season and I could collect the shady feathers, fresh feathers from the peacocks, and there were so many, like 25, 30 feathers I got, fresh feathers from these centers, from peacocks from this center. So it was very beautiful environment. Always it's beautiful experience to be here. So bye everyone. Hello everyone, this video is on my third Sattipatthan Vipassana course experience. I couldn't write experience later over there because I forgot to write it. It was 6 o'clock and I was busy in chit-chatting, having nashta, packaging and so many stuff, like buying books. So I forgot to write it later over there. But I'm gonna share my third Sattipatthan Vipassana course experience with all of you here. My all first, I'm gonna write. I'm gonna read. I have written my experience. I'm gonna read it to you, so I shouldn't miss any point. My all first Vipassana courses, Dhammaseva courses, I have completed from Alate, Dhammalay, and I'm deeply connected to that place because it is full of natural beauty and meowing of peacocks, different types of birds, mountains, and the sunrise to the mountain valleys. It's so visually pleasant and it surely helps to calm out my mind so I can focus on my respiration and body sensations and commence my Vipassana practice. Due to isolated place, hilly area, the silence is usually maintained, which is of utmost importance because we can stop visual distractions by closing our eyes, diverting our eyes, but we don't have such sound closing system or mechanism in our body. So silence is very important. More the silence, deeper is the operation of mind. We can reach up to the deepest sankharas. It all depends upon silence and right anapana technique and also the vipassana technique, which makes our mind so focused. This anapana technique, which we can use to observe body sensations well, and with equanimity, we can keep on eradicating sankharas after sankharas hidden there for many years, maybe many lives. They come up, and the key is anapana meditation to reach up to them with vipassana, with equanimity. That makes us aware of body sensations, this meditation technique, and opens the door to vipassana, and equanimity and awareness towards bodily sensations keep on making those sankharas come up and be eradicated. That's why silence is the most important thing, which is usually maintained at the same term, and teachers strictly manage to maintain it. But this time, I didn't find the teacher's management was good enough to maintain silence at the center, and many anti-dhamma forces and human beings, as for centuries, keep opposing disturbing Buddha's teaching with their presence and acts by disturbing peaceful environment. This time I experienced lots of sound pollution. Many Hindu gods' names were viewed in cheap Bollywood song tunes, and very cheaply and loudly it was sung, which could have been complained and stopped. Right next to the center is the Jaina's temple, and they never make any sound pollution, and it's right next to it. But many jealous opposition parties, you can say Marsena puppets, pawns, they keep deliberately putting obstacles in our pathway. I saw, realized deliberately they were playing, singing songs loudly, the god's name viewed in those even in those cheap Bollywood songs. They were singing them loudly to disturb the peaceful environment, which, with a police complaint call, could be stopped. Where, like, anywhere here there is sound pollution, like severe sound pollution, like during Ganesh Utsav or any firecracking noises in the midnight. I call police and they stop it. They come, they arrive on time, and they stop the sound pollution. So they could have done this, but they didn't do this. So I realized it that these songs were deliberately played loudly to disturb the peaceful environment at the center. But China's temple people, they never disturbed us. It was a little bit from a far away place which could be stopped with a police complaint, with a police call. So even later on, I could hear racing bikes and truck noises, and it was all deliberately set and done over there for first 3 to 4 days. I also heard one bald old uncle who was an absolute immature one was sitting beside us in the male section who was coughing. Though I'm a doctor, I know when it's a deliberate cough and when it's like natural cough, like it was induced cough. He was inducing the cough. And he was coughing loudly at the beginning and at the end of the discourses, group sittings, with the only intention to disturb the peace. He was planted agent because I'm a doctor. I can easily make out the deliberate intentional cough and natural spontaneous sudden cough. And though complaining about him to the teacher ignored it, and somehow I felt it all dramatic, and teacher supported that drama at the center by not stopping and removing that disturbance from the hall and requesting him to meditate or compulsing him to meditate in Shinagara's cell or his own residential place, which he could, with the teacher, could have done, but he didn't do it because it was a constant throughout till the last day. He was coughing, and he was coughing only in the hall. If he was not coughing during the lunch, he was not coughing during the nashta. His cough was deliberate and loud, and I could make it because I'm a doctor. I can just realize it. Any common person can realize it. So this is how you can make these are the planted Asian to disturb um, the peaceful environment at the center. Maybe targeted towards one person, maybe targeted towards the Buddha's teaching itself, whatever may be the reason, but it was deliberate. And teacher dismissed my complaint and told me to be strong and be focused. I wanted to argue. This is not about the strength. This is about getting deep inside oneself, and this is possible with silent environment. And he was dismissing and telling me to focus on my respiration. Even when the Dhammasevika came and told me to just wrap shawl around me because one of my white t-shirt, which was above knee length, it was a little bit transparent. That time she just complained and she just told me to mind it, like properly wrap the shawl around me, but they didn't tell and force that person to stop coughing. So I find the management was very poor and it was like gender biased, I felt. So yeah. So teacher dismissed my complaint and told me to be strong and be focused. I wanted to argue and leave the course stand because I had gone there because we don't get the peaceful environment at home or at workplace to meditate. And he was preaching and supporting nonsense there. So I absolutely found the teacher immature and not very experienced. His management was awful and it was all set up, drama. And that bald uncle was deliberately coughing. He never coughed on road or while eating during nashta or lunch. Also, last day his mobile was ringing. He was definitely a saint planted agent to disturb our meditation. And even teacher was brainwashed to support that noisy environment. And I clearly saw it was the same government Freemasonry CIA drama mind game stage set up over there to slow down my spiritual progress too. These people, they chase me to slow me down, be it art, science, spirituality, career, work field, anywhere. These people chase me and they try to slow me down and justify their obstacles to make me strong. This is now one makes this is just to slow me down in my career, in my financial growth. This is not to make me strong, this is to make me weak actually, and less confident. One becomes strong through higher education, gaining all the skills, earning lots of money, being financially independent, owning one's own house, car, and land. Through these things, one becomes very confident in this material world, and it's very important because it's the root where we can place our roots and grow high in the spirituality. But these people have been targeting my every field, every arena to slow me down with an excuse that these obstacles are to make me stronger. This is all nonsense. So these people reach here also, and I could make out their drama here also, and the teacher was brainwashed definitely. So this is CIF and their mind game drama, and people have and had no idea about it, but I could see through and through these people and their drama. Beside the immature brainwashed teacher, sound pollution, that bald, coughing old uncle deliberately coughing to disturb is these three anti-dhamma forces disturb my deep meditation, and only who try to go deep within are disturbed. Means the people who are meditating deeply, they get disturbed with the sound, because the sound, everything is magnified, every sense object entrance is magnified when you go deep, and that's why the silence is maintained. Even visual distractions, we can close our eyes, but we cannot close our ears, we cannot shut the sound. So maintenance of the silence is very strict, but this was not maintained here, and this is all teachers' fault. um, so those who sleep and they don't go deep, they are not disturbed. The people who are arhants and the people who don't seriously meditate, these people are not disturbed. The people who are seriously walking on the path, deeply meditating, are disturbed with such kind of noises, and they are severely disturbed. So I didn't find the teacher was mature and experienced and moral. I completely saw he was just a puppet placed there to continue the CIA funded drama, government funded drama, and he was brainwashed to follow the drama game script. So I decided to meditate in my residential area. That was the only option I had, which was good. From fourth day I could meditate well. The song stopped because from that day, from fourth day, all the songs stopped. I could meditate peacefully as I didn't want to meditate continuously. I let myself enjoy watching beautiful peacocks over there, rest all at a time. I meditated and went deeper, and I could have gone deepest. But as first 4 days, the silence was disturbed. I couldn't go deepest within myself, because deeper is the anapana, deeper you can go within. And because I couldn't go deepest with myself, and this scene that bald uncle and the teacher gonna face, because disturbing someone's peace meditation is a sin, and not stopping it also is a sin. And these sinful acts these two people have done at the center, and people will have the consequences of their sinful acts and the scripted drama game. Because honest people, mature people will strictly maintain the silence, they won't be brainwashed. And these are the greatest virtues, maintaining silence. This is the greatest virtue actually. And both of them, they didn't follow it. The rest, everything else was super fine. Food service was good, accommodation was really good, my roommate was really helping, and she was really a serious meditator. She didn't disturb me at all. In fact, she was very helpful and had a great sense of humor. We had a great laughter at the end of the day, like at the end of the course, I mean to say. During the courses, I heard some male and female voices while falling asleep as usual. Even at home, for last 2-3 years, I have been hearing voices while falling asleep. Not usually, only once I had hey kind of voice, female voice I heard when there was no one hovering around my cheetah, and the cheetah was lost after a few months. So such kind of voices usually I hear when I'm falling asleep, and they give that they're rational and real by by proving whatever they say. Like, they show me certain life events real events, what they utter or whisper in my ear, that happens the next day, the very next day, or the month, same month. Usually, in few days only it happens. So I see the voices are very very real, and even some YouTube videos are recommended after seeing, after hearing those voices related to that word. I see the recommended YouTube videos. So even the sale captures those voices. So I realize those voices are not my imagination. These voices are really real, and something I started hearing maybe because I started meditating regularly. So during the courses also I heard some male and female voices while falling asleep as usual, which had stopped with Adanatya Sutta at my home. At home I started chanting Adanatya Sutta. What is that? I'll have a separate video on that, why I started chanting it and what is in that, which I had experience about, but I didn't know that it was given in sutta. It is given in sutta. My experiences are given in sutta. So I realized the suttas are based on the real things. Like meditators, serious meditators, can have such awful experiences, and to protect ourselves for that is the Atanatya Sutta. So I started chanting Atanatya Sutta at home, and these voices stopped. But there I didn't chant it because I didn't by heart it, so I couldn't chant it, and anyways it was not allowed there. So these voices again started calling me at 3. I didn't know, these voices are very predominant and their activities are very predominant, and these are negative ones. These are very predominant around 3 a.m., 3 p.m. And even they were calling me just, hey, come at 3 o'clock, 3 vasta ye, like that. And it was a female voice. And the day when I heard that voice that come at 3 o'clock, like it was in my teen was the year, and there was no one, and it was from the side of my roommate. She was not there. It was from outside, like with the air blow. It was coming. It was whispering. I was just falling asleep, and then I just got up. And that time, I feel like the Vipassana was to be given at 2 o'clock, but it was given at 3 o'clock, as she said. And even my roommate went to the washroom at 3 o'clock sharp at night the same day when I heard the voice. So such kind of incidences I see after hearing the voices to make me feel they are real, and they are real. They are real because so many things happened, and even the sale captures their words and shows me recommended videos. So that was about the voices and Atanatya Sutta. And I was alarmed about these voices during my second Sattipatthan course in 2011 at Igatpuri. One woman approached me. She was a doctor. I think it was she was homeopathy or Ayurvedic doctor. She had done. She was there for Sattipatthan course, and all of a sudden she approached me and told me and warned me against some voices and some visions we see. We get that ability to see certain beings and hear certain voices after meditating regularly, practicing it regularly. So we get this ability, and we other people look at us like we are mad because we start hearing and seeing such things. So she had warned me against that in 2011, and I got very scared. She told me to take it to go real slow on this path and not to be in hurry. And she told me to be aware of the voices and the visions and not to tell it to anyone, but I'm sharing it with everyone. Taking a risk that people will call me mad, because anyways they call me mad because I wear certain kind of clothes and I don't follow the social norms, which is kind of innocent because I'm not harming anyone, but still. So that time I was scared, and I asked Sevika that this woman is telling me this, I am very scared. Then Sevika assured me that nothing will go wrong. You just focus on meditation, anapana and body sensation, and be equanimous, and ignore any kind of voices and visions and even fear, and just watch those body sensations with equanimity, and nothing will go wrong, she said. So I gathered courage, and that time I continued and completed my course. And when I started hearing voices, the first time I realized, and when I realized that these voices are real, Then I remembered that lady's face who had warned me in 2011 that I might start seeing certain beings and start hearing certain voices. So she was right. And these are not very pleasant experiences. These are scary experiences. So, so I realized that the woman who warned me was not completely wrong. Other dream attacks happen, not just from human beings or animals, or those which are invisible to normal human eyes, unseen, unheard normally. They have the ability to get inside our body and manipulate our dreams and the visions and even actions, and certain animals and certain human actions too. They have this ability, and I have witnessed with my own eyes. I don't have proof, but if some people be with me and observe the things, and if I tell my experiences and dreams to them, they will definitely realize that whatever I'm saying is true. But you have to be with me all the time. So, which are invisible to normal human eyes, unseen, unheard. Normally, we get the ability. I have got this ability, but I hear stuff while falling asleep. Sometimes, and usually, it's scary. With Atanatya Sutta chanting, it all stopped, and it's given in that sutta that such things happen, and this is for Vipassana protect, and this is for the protection of Vipassis, that's the meditator. And whatever is written in that sutta, it has happened to me, and I had no idea what it was. And in sutta it is explained, my experiences are mentioned in those suttas, and I've realized my experiences are real, and those were not imagination. Something was trying to invade my body. It was not at all my imagination, it was very real, and it is given in that sutta. And these are the other dream attacks. These are Yakshinis and Gandharvas and Kumbhandas and Naganis, reptilians. They try to harass us. Some bad. Not every being is bad, but some beings are bad, and they don't like your progression. When you start elevating from this dream to the other dream, they don't like your progression. They are very egoistic, and they try to attack you, and they are more powerful. They seem to be more powerful. They seem to be more powerful means they can read my mind sometimes, not all the time I feel. Sometimes they can read my mind and can manipulate and communicate me through the animals, to other human beings, speech and actions. This is what I have experienced, and I'm not telling anyone to believe it until and unless they meditate and have such experiences on their own. So as they have psychic powers, I feel they're more powerful than me. So I started chanting Atanati Sutta. Even I went to so many temples and different religions. I started chanting. Even some biblical matter, I started chanting. But the voices even became louder and started laughing at me. I literally heard some man was laughing aloud when I started chanting some biblical protection uh, stuff for statements. I don't know, some paragraph was there. I started chanting it to protect myself from such voices, but the voices started laughing at me. I really could hear their loud laughter. So that time I realized I might be doing something wrong. So I stopped it, and later on YouTube recommended me Atanatya Sutta. I started chanting Atanatya Sutta, and honestly it all stopped. It all stopped with Atanatya Sutta. That's why I want to make a video on Atanatya Sutta, and this is for serious meditators who might face the similar things that I'm facing. For their protection, I want to make a video on that, and their number is very rare, maybe 1 in 1 lakh, or maybe 1 in 1 billion, I don't know. But such people are rare who are like me. So it was total 7-day course, like arrival day, leaving arrival day. It was total 7-day course. On 8th day we are allowed to talk, and then on 9th day morning we just leave, and including the arrival day you can say it is a 10-day course. So on 10th day I surely felt peaceful, lighter and happy, but those 3 disturbing things could have been prevented. So I was about to write an experience letter to them, but Then at 6, it was 6 o'clock, and I forgot to write it. Anyways, so if by chance if they watch it, they can improve it, they can meditate over it, and they can just stop following people's trauma and mind games, which is not at all to make anyone strong. This is to slow other people down, and they are playing such games with so many people who are really good, by brainwashing people, by threatening people, by bribing people. So, but rest all the students over there, the Dhamma Sevikas were good and very cooperative, all maintained silence. And one thing, once I told you that I used to wear patiala and chudidar and kurta, and once it was the transparent, and she told me to wrap a shawl so that it should, but I was there to keep calm and be silent, so I didn't argue because I strongly oppose such things, that my body movements, my clothes, these are not responsible for anyone's sexuality. It's their own sexuality, and they have the choice to shut their eyes and keep their mouths and eyes away from me or away from anyone, which is a distraction. Unlike sound, we cannot stop the sound, but we can close the eyes and we can just focus on our meditation. That's why I don't like to meditate with males. I like to meditate separately. I just like to meditate alone mainly. So people should stop objectifying females, treating them as a sex object, and they should stop wrapping them in clothes and burqa just because some men, some pervert men cannot control their sexuality. It's like bullshit. It's a low IQ stuff, and it's a low IQ moral. It's not moral at all. It's a gender biased thing, and we should stop. The clothes restriction should stop. If you can't stop it, just separate males and females and let females be females. Just let them be. Because last time in 2022, I went there and people, it was male and female separation. Female had separate hall. We used to meditate there, and I saw many women, many younger women, were younger girls, they were wearing capris and short tops and all these things, and they were meditating very nicely and calmly, and they were not wearing such short things to seduce anyone. So people should stop condemning girls for their body movements and clothes. Girls, 80% of girls, 90% of girls, or even 100% of girls during the social activity, no one dresses to seduce any man. Everyone dresses because they want to look beautiful and be comfortable and confident. It's just in their bedroom, whatever they do, whatever it is, or maybe just to entertain some, for some songs and for some movies and whatever. So people should stop restricting women and blaming women's clothes and body movements for someone's sexuality. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. So that needs to be changed. So that was my experience, and even the teacher, the male teacher, was wearing white kurta, and his white kurta was transparent, but nobody was blaming him, nobody was blaming other males just because they're males, because we are taught to just objectify female and exaggerate their curves in our mind and just imagine certain things, and males are allowed to do that thing, and females, I mean, I don't find it, this is a low IQ stuff. I really don't like, just because males have the sexuality, females should wrap themselves in clothes. This is age old things, this is low IQ thing, just like that Sattipatthan, this needs to go. This is absolutely gender biased nonsense thing. So that was my experience during Sattipatthan course. This time also I was allowed to have books. Yeah, I forgot to mention that some people are irritating over there and some people are really good. Like when I was buying book, I wanted some books like Atanadya translation in English. I wanted because I want to improve my English. Also, I like English language, it's international language. I can communicate with so many people worldwide, all people all around the world. So I just want to enhance my English communication skills. So for that, I wanted to get that Atanadya Sutta's English translation of the book on that. So they immediately made it available to me, and I didn't have money that time, so they allowed me to keep those books for a day, and the next day I paid, and even if I didn't pay, they wouldn't ask, but we paid that thing. So these people are really generous and kind. At the center, I saw And this center is far better than the Osho's ashram and those people, fake gurus like Ram Rahim and Asaram. It's not like that. It's a genuine center where you meditate and where you really get a peaceful environment until you get a nonsense teacher. And during this course, I could see how the technique works at deeper level. I could see so clearly how the focused mind, how when the mind is focused on breath, how it starts becoming calm and with less thoughts. And peaceful environment is the main requirement for that, which was not strictly maintained at the center because of teachers' poor management. And then how the focused mind, aware mind, observing sensations with equanimity. It opens up the mind deeply and it eradicates sankharas after sankharas. They come up after one after the other. Once you start watching them, feeling them with equanimity, watching them with equanimity, how they keep on surfacing and they are eradicated, and how you feel lighter and peaceful and calm and purer. And I was having all that feeling like as usual, but it was more clearer this time. How the technique was working, it was very clearer this time. And I have been doing this technique for decades, but this time it was very clear. So I feel all the rules at the Vipassana Center are rational and scientific, and they really help you to go deep within, except for the clothes rule and female object, like female clothes restriction, I oppose. Otherwise, every other rule has a rational reason, and if you follow all these rules, you really can meditate deeply, calmly, and all the rules. These are they. All the rules over there, they have the rational reason, and if you follow them, you can do anapana better, and you can do vipassana in a very good way. So, yeah, again, I feel Vipassana teachers should be more mature, more experienced, and should remove all the people who disturb the silence and send them either to the Shunyagar cell or to the residential place or to the home for the better healthcare. Just because it's not a nuisance for a single person or two persons doesn't mean it's not a nuisance for many. It was a nuisance for me, and it's a nuisance for every serious meditator, deep meditator, where the sense objects are magnified at the entrance door, at the sense door. So anyone else, those who meditate deeply, for them each little sound is magnified, and if you can't protect the serious meditator and remove the disturbances, honestly you don't deserve to be the teacher, and you shouldn't be at authority. With such poor management, no one deserves to be a teacher. Maintenance of silent environment Maintenance of silent environment should be strictly followed and managed by teacher and Dhamma Sevika and even the students, because people leave their home responsibilities, job responsibilities, just to have the deeper meditation experience at the center for the main reason that the silence is maintained there, and that's not possible at home or at work area. So if you can't maintain the silence there and remove the disturbance, you don't deserve to be a teacher or Dhamma Sevika. So I thank my roommate, I thank all the meditators who strictly maintained the silence and seriously meditated, those who cooked food for us, and those who helped me to keep the books without money for a while. Overall, it was okay to good experience there this time because of these nuisances, otherwise it would be the best experience. I didn't get time to write a complaint letter in feedback about the poor management of the teacher and that old bar disturbing uncle, but here is the video about my positive and negative experiences during Sattipatthan course at Alate. So hope you will like, and I like the Dhammalay Center, Alate Center more than Igatpuri because it's a crowded area. It's very beautiful, but it's bigger and it is crowded area, and I didn't see any peacocks over there, and I love peacocks. And at Dhammalay, it's less crowded, more silent, mountain area, and peacocks. I love peacocks. I wish I could pet them. I just wish one day I have a farm and I can pet so many peacocks. I can keep so many peacocks over there because I just love peacocks, and they're meowing, especially at dawn and at the evening. It sounds heavenly. So I hope you like this video, and I hope it will guide you while you do the Vipassana, and I hope I have introduced some people to the Vipassana and inspired them to do it, and I hope improvement in the management at Dhammalay Center about keeping strict silence in the Dhamma hall, even in other areas. So that's after a long time I'm making this video and I'm enjoying making this video. Thank you so much for listening to me patiently. Bye. Take care. Good night.